Coming up on OC News, COVID cases are on the rise again and institutions are locking down on safety regulations.
Fall is here, but the heat hasn't left. California is drying up quicker than we thought.
Thank you. Next, season 21 of The Voice is here and the newest judge is going to bring her all. OC News starts right now.
This just in tech news. The first responder on
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
I feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
OC News starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to OC News. I'm Kenya Staley.
And I'm Brisa Colon. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
It's been over 1 year since COVID devastated the world. With deaths on the rise, experts are asking everyone to stay vigilant against the deadly virus. In the recent weeks, cases have increased and hospitals across America are struggling to keep up. With the Delta variant spreading quickly, schools are focusing on preventing outbreaks and local health professionals are concerned with how the lack of vaccination rates might affect this.
In America today who are still unvaccinated, and those are the ones who are getting sickest and dying in this latest wave, we did not have to see this.
After over a year, Cal State Fullerton has finally welcomed students back to its campus, but it doesn't come without precaution. Our reporter Andrea Elvir will tell us about what the campus is doing to keep its students safe from the virus.
Although California has slowly been on its way to fully reopening, several schools are being forced to take a step back. The number of COVID cases are back on the rise as the U.S. has averaged around 91,000 new cases and 1,500 total deaths in the past week. The virus has appeared to be tamed as the number of cases decreased drastically in early March, following the release of the COVID-19 vaccines for individuals 16 and older in December. Since then, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has released information regarding the Delta variant, a strain of the virus that appears to be more contagious and cause more severe symptoms. Having spent the summer planning what the upcoming semester would look like, Cal State Fullerton's board members focused on identifying the priorities.
It's always been number one, health and safety of our community. Number two, unimpeded path to graduation. We are going to get you graduated. And three is really our social justice issues and making sure that there's equity and inclusion around campus.
With the return of students on the campus, Cal State Fullerton is enforcing several safety regulations. Some of these include classes going virtual in case of an outbreak, requiring masks when indoors, and proof of vaccinations by the end of September. An alternative option available is a requested exemption for religious or health reasons. Despite this, the CSU is still requiring a weekly negative COVID test from those exempt that can be taken at the free testing sites on campus located behind the Titan shops and in the health center. The regulations come after careful consideration of what the CDC, California and Orange County Departments of Public Health, and the Chancellor's Office for CSUs are all recommending for student safety, as well as student concerns.
All of my close family is vaccinated. You never know, the new variants change all the time, and you can still catch it even if you are vaccinated.
For Oscar Avila, knowing he's doing his part provides reassurance.
I'm vaccinated. I'm doing whatever I can to stay healthy, and I just try not to worry about it.
As the world continues to fight against the virus, Cal State Fullerton plans to enhance their means of precaution.
We're developing a process by which someone will notify us if they're positive, and then we trace where they were, and then we'll be able to make every morning, there will be a notification on the website that will say where it was.
As the year progresses, all the school's measures will be put to the test. Until then, I'm Andrea Lavere, reporting for OC News.
It's good to stay updated on what the campus has available for us.
The university has released a new presidential directive that will be extending the mask mandate. Our reporter Nylene Garcia has more on the story.
I'm here in front of the COVID-19 testing site where students have been returning every week to get tested if they have not been vaccinated yet. Now, just 2 days ago, the presidential directive came out that we will be required to wear masks all the way until October 31st. Let's see what the students have to say.
Definitely with the heat, it is kind of difficult to, just feel comfortable in class, to kind of concentrate. But as far as the mask mandate goes, it doesn't really bug me at all. I feel like we've been doing this for a really long time. So it's just kind of force of habit.
It wasn't a huge deal to me. I understand that they're just trying to keep all the students safe and they're just trying to protect everybody. On the other hand, a big motivation for some students to get vaccinated was to finally be mask-free on campus.
Kind of looking forward to not having the mask mandate. Honestly, I was kind of wanting to be mask-free, let alone I was already forced to get a vaccination shot.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to get comfortable in our masks until Halloween. For OC News, I'm Nylene Garcia. Back to you guys in the studio.
There's about to be a new bridge in town. Cal State Fullerton was recently awarded $2 million for a proposed pedestrian bridge project and to improve the Fullerton Arboretum. Last Friday, CSUF honored the local and state officials who supported the budget proposal with a small celebration in front of Langsdorff Hall. According to the Daily Titan, the proposed budget aims to improve traffic on Nutwood Avenue, where approximately 22,000 to 26,000 vehicles travel every week. Assemblyman Philip Chen told our Daily Titan that $1 million will serve as a down payment for a project estimated to cost $10 million. He added that the bridge will save lives and also improve the environment. Dr. John Brisky, the chair of the Human Communication Studies Department, said that there used to be a pedestrian bridge back in the 80s, but was confused when it was taken down.
I was actually a student here in the 80s when there was a pedestrian bridge, which at the time went from Pacific Christian College to the main campus. It worked fine. It was confusing when they took it down. And then since then, they've tried making that a diagonal crosswalk. They've tried adding the no right turn. It just seems to be an intersection that's getting more and more traffic. And doing more things for pedestrian safety, I think, is a great idea.
The remaining funds will help cover monetary loss from the self-supporting Fullerton Arboretum during the COVID-19 pandemic. What do you think about this new proposal?
And now for the latest in the story of the horrific death of 22-year-old Gabby Petito. Her body was recovered in Wyoming's Bridger-Teton National Forest this Sunday, and the coroner's initial determination of death was homicide. An underwater dive team arrived at a nature reserve in Florida today to search for Petito's fiance, Brian Laundrie. Laundrie has been missing for several days and is the main suspect in the case.
We've deployed numerous resources and we are trying to cover every acre in this preserve. These guys are law enforcement partners. They're motivated and they're hungry to find Brian Laundrie. They're ambitious to partner with us. So working with them has been great, and we really appreciate the partnership that we have with them.
Officials are still trying to piece together what happened to Petito and her fiance on their road trip through the American West this summer. Coming up, a local donut shop is helping out the family of Aiden Leos, the little boy who was killed on the freeway.
And later, Apple products are getting smarter. Find out how they're beginning to detect our emotions, all when we get back. A local donut shop has given back to its community after a terrible tragedy. Crystal Adler is in Yorba Linda with the story.
Yes, thank you, Brisa and Kenya. I'm here at Station Donuts in Yorba Linda, the donut shop that raised thousands of dollars last summer after little 6-year-old Aiden Leos was killed on the 55 freeway after a road rage incident. And what I'm gathering here is that a community really came together in support of Aiden, in support of this donut shop, to help out the family of Aiden Leos.
Little Aiden Leos makes a wish on his 6th birthday surrounded by friends and family, none of them knowing that this would be his last. Aiden was shot and killed on May 21st in the backseat of his mother's car on the way to his kindergarten in Yorba Linda. Joanna Clunan, Aiden's mother, told police she was shot at after gesturing angrily to a man and woman who cut her off on the 55 freeway. The suspects were later reported as 24-year-old Marcus Anthony Ares and 23-year-old Winnie Lee of Costa Mesa. Owners Susan and Bo Heem say that as parents of two boys, one of them being Aiden's age, they felt compelled to do something. You needed to do this.
I am a mother. I can relate. My sons and Aiden's are about the same age. So I didn't even think about it. I just went for it.
Station Donuts worked tirelessly selling thousands of donuts in Aiden's favorite turquoise blue color, raising over $8,000 over 3 days and donating all proceeds to the GoFundMe account.
It says a lot because the community really came together all over, but here, where we weren't exactly affected, it meant a lot to see that there was still something we could do, to come and grab a donut here. It meant more than just a fried dessert in the morning. It was now something that contributed to somebody's family.
Susan and Bo give back to their community by offering free donuts and hot coffee to first responders. Besides the delicious donuts, this is just another reason why their customers love them.
It was amazing when I heard about it through social media and through the Chamber of Commerce. They are one of our businesses of the month last year. And for them to do this, it just snowballed and got huge. And all of us felt so great about supporting it and supporting them.
So touching what this donut shop has done for their community. And if you see this little box of donuts here, this was given to me by the owner, Susan, of Station Donuts, just because she knew that I had two little boys at home, and just out of the kindness and generosity of her heart, she gave me these donuts. So a real testament to what the community is saying and how this donut shop stepped up for their community and for the family of Aiden Leos. In Yorba Linda for OC News, I'm Chris Adler. Back to you in the studio.
In environmental news, Cal Matters is warning Californians today that California is, quote, running out of water, and estimating that 90% of the state is facing extreme or exceptional drought. The alarming numbers increase pressure on Governor Gavin Newsom to issue mandatory statewide water restrictions, but Newsom has yet to implement any mandates. Instead, the governor has put out a plea asking for everyone to cut their water consumption by 15%. The governor isn't expected to implement any mandatory restrictions until the end of this month. Compared to last July, Californians only reduced their consumption by 1.8%, according to Cal Matters, even despite the governor's plea.
Philip Pechinovich brings us some of the cultural significance that the Moon Festival holds in the Vietnamese community.
On Sunday, Orange County held a Vietnamese Moon Festival for the public in Square Mile Park, located only a few miles away from Little Saigon, which resides in Westminster. OC News covered the event shortly before sundown. Orange County has the highest population of Vietnamese Americans of any county in the country. Andrew Do, its first district supervisor and a Vietnamese American himself, organized and helped sponsor the event. As you can see, plenty of people have shown up and they're just waiting for the moon to come out so that they can light their lanterns. Staff provided free moon cakes and lanterns for those that waited in line.
So it's the moon cake. So the meaning behind it is, so all the family members, they should be united together. On the same day to celebrate, like enjoying the moon. At least to me, that's the best part of it.
I made it by myself for my children and my grandchildren. This is only the chicken broth can. Chicken broth, and this one here, beer.
Wow, okay, yeah.
Beer.
Where did you learn to make this?
When I was young in Vietnam, I baked by myself.
Before the event ended, Ted Nguyen explained some of the traditional significance that the Moon Festival has had on Vietnamese culture.
So traditionally, Vietnam is an agrarian country, so it's a harvest moon.
Yeah.
So it's part of the tradition with the rice farmers and the harvest. So it's really bringing in the harvest, and so it's evolved.
For the harvest.
Yeah, so it's evolved into that as well.
A new study by technology giant Apple might just be able to help you with your mental health. First reported by the Wall Street Journal, Apple is testing a software developed to detect depression and anxiety. This study conducted by Apple, UCLA, and Biogen tracked physical activity, sleep patterns, and mobility. While testing is still in early stages, Apple is planning to release an app to notify users of these signs.
The stock market has had an up and down week as investors wait for an update on the Federal Reserve monetary policy. After a couple down days on Wall Street, the stock market rebounded on Wednesday. The Dow Jones jumped over 200 points, while the S&P picked up 0.5%. Monday's downfall was due to concerns over Chinese real estate giant Evergrande and America's debt ceiling. But with the rebound on Wednesday, expect the market to keep trending up into the weekend.
When we return, Cal State Fullerton students, alumni, and their families enjoyed a night out at Angel Stadium for some baseball.
Plus, a surprise of a lifetime for an autistic teen after the break.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
On Sunday afternoon, the Anaheim Angels hosted our Fullerton Titans for Cal State Fullerton Day at the Big A. Our reporter Samantha Aguilar has the story.
Titan pride is in the air and higher than ever. Last Sunday, the Cal State Fullerton Alumni Association organized a college game day for Cal State Fullerton students at Angel Stadium. As part of the game night, students and alumni could purchase general tickets for as low as $25 and get a discount on additional seats around the stadium.
This is my first time at an Angels game and I'm super excited. I'm a big baseball fan. As a transfer student, my first year at Cal State Fullerton was online, so now that we're able to be back on campus and doing events like this, it feels like I'm having like that college experience I've been wanting.
Before the game, alumni and ASI tabled at gates 4 and 5. They handed out bags, stickers, and hosted activities and games for all the attendees. Attendees even had the opportunity to take a picture with the one and only Tuffy the Titan. And the discounted $25 tickets even included a limited edition CSUF-themed Angels hat.
And if you're a CSUF student, you can scan your QR code and get a free hat. Thank you.
Throughout the academic year, the CSUF Alumni Association holds multiple events and giveaway opportunities for active students, like dinners, grad fest, and homecoming. The Alumni Association works to support and connect current students with the growing network of professional alumni.
So I think it's important because it allows the alumni to have a connection with the students. I think that's why a lot of alumni want to get involved, is to help students. Us building that connection allows students to have connections once they graduate. Community engagement includes more than just our immediate CSUF community, but also our greater community of the city of Fullerton, Orange County.
After the pregame activities, alumni, students, and staff headed towards the stands to watch the Los Angeles Angels go head-to-head with the Oakland A's. The crowd was full of Cal State Fullerton supporters and Angels fans. For many alumni, the game was more than an entertaining event. It was a time to reunite and reminisce on their time at Fullerton.
I came to college here on a football scholarship in 1981. In my 4 years here, we were PCAA champions 2 years in a row. You know, it's funny, when I left Cal State, I thought, I'm done. But it's been so much to me and the professors I've had that I've stayed in touch with today. That's why I come back.
And Titan pride rang through. Although the Angels lost the game 3-1, former CSUF baseball player Matt Chapman represented Cal State Fullerton on the field with a home run. From Angel Stadium, I'm Samantha Aguilar.
An unforgettable night at the Emmys with history being made and a big night for streaming shows. Dina Soto here to give you the highlights from Sunday night.
Hello, I'm Dina Soto, and today I'm going to give you the rundown on what happened in Hollywood this week. CBS hosted the 73rd annual Emmys this Sunday. Those who attended the event had to be vaccinated. Our favorite celebrities walked the red carpet in glitz and glam. From Beth Bears, Yara Shahidi, Mandy Moore, Billy Porter, and many more. There were several happy winners. Kate Winslet took the Emmy for Best Lead Actress in a Limited Series. Stephen Colbert won for Outstanding Variety Special. And it was a big night for streaming shows like Ted Lasso, who took home major awards. Its lead, Jason Sudeikis, took Best Lead Actor in Comedy Series. And RuPaul's Drag Race took an Emmy for Outstanding Competition program. RuPaul ended up making history that night, making him the most awarded Black artist with 11 Emmys. And season 21 of The Voice aired on Monday, and it's better than ever. Returning judges Kelly Clarkson, John Legend, Blake Shelton, and Thank You Next singer Ariana Grande made her debut. The judges opened the show with performances of Hold On and Respect. We'll see what's in store this season as blind auditions lead to live shows. Who do you think will win? ABC's Dancing with the Stars is back for the 30th season with host Tyra Banks. Like Mike The Miz and Olivia Jade, Melora Hardin, Matt James, Jojo Siwa, and many more are competing for the season for the Mirror Ball. The show made history with pop star Jojo Siwa and dance partner Jenna Johnson, while they became the first same-sex partners to team since the show aired. Siwa and Johnson got perfect scores on opening night with their quick step routine. Who will you be rooting for this season? And on Monday, K-pop band spoke about the future of climate change at the UN Assembly for this year. After their speech, they shared a video of their performance of their song Permission to Dance. While their intentions was to inspire the youth, it ended up receiving 1 million views on YouTube. So you could say their army was tuning in. And that was your Hollywood Report update. Check back with me next time for your latest celebrity news. I'm Dina Soto. Now back to you guys.
A surprise drive-by car show had an autistic 18-year-old grinning from ear to ear. OC News reporter Brianna Shipp has the story.
American Muscle and American Classics were burning rubber on the streets of Orange. Cars from all over Orange County came out to this drive-by event. Local OC car clubs heard about the event and were so excited to join the celebration. The car owners are typically from an older generation, so when they hear of a young kid appreciating the old classics, they want to show their support. The celebration was for this young man with the big smile on his face. Gavin Fulp is an autistic teen who has a die-hard passion for cars. Gavin spends his weekdays after school and weekends begging his grandma to take him to car shows.
A group called Just Having Fun. We found out that as soon as Cindy started sending out a flyer, all the car clubs started spreading it around to everybody else, and I ended up receiving it as well. We do this every week. We're dedicated to doing community service, and so we do senior centers, we do veterans, we do any kind of milestone birthdays, somebody turning 90, 95, 100. We do it every single week.
These cars put on an unforgettable show. There are so many types of cars that showed up here today, but the cars weren't the sole purpose. Today is Gavin's 18th birthday, and Gavin is a very special kid.
My favorite car is a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. Well, it started when I was younger. I saw this one car in my neighborhood. It was just parked there for sale. It was still there. It was still there when I was growing up. So that's how it started.
Gavin created an Instagram called Cruise and Vision to showcase the pictures and videos he is so passionate about. I think this is a birthday Gavin will never forget. I'm Brianna Shipp, reporting for OC News.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday at 5 for our next show.
And make sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts. See you next week.